Hello, in this video I want to look at this. Turnip28, core rules. Okay, let's go. So Turnip28 is a concept by Max Fitzgerald, and I'll do a bit about the background now. Mud-churned swampland stretches out into the gloom. Thick fog hangs heavy in the air. Rolling barrels loom out in the muck. A strange root withers underfoot. 1,000 years after the defeat of Napoleon at the Battle of Austerlitz, the world has fallen into decay. Endless war has led to technological stagnation, and beautiful countrysides have been ground to a thick ruin under the boots of 1,000,000 dead men. Now nothing grows. A bizarre and horrible root covers the land, strangling the life from the trees, poisoning the water, and filling the sky with an acrid mist. Humanity barely endures by harvesting this disgusting tuber. It twists their bodies and minds, and infests their thoughts with divine visions of lost vegetables. Bizarre religious orders have formed, and they stockpile abandoned weapons unearthed by the twisting roots. Marching in column under the fluttering banners and brandishing mud-clogged muskets and rusted bayonets, they are cruel parodies of long-forgotten armies on the march. Gather your troops, fix bayonets, devote yourself to the roots. So as you can hear from that, it's quite a disgusting setting. The rules have been designed by Gato Ferraro, I think that's pronounced it correctly. He's the same individual who does one-page rules systems. So he has carried over some of that design ethos, even though it is 25 pages long. You can see the design is in there. Uses a D6. You have a warband, so you have two types of snobs. They have the Toth and the Toadies. The Toth is that your main one who brings 2 units, and your Toadies each bring a unit. A standard battle will have each player bringing a Toth and 2 Toadies, so you'll have 4 units in a standard game. And this sentence here, I think, sums up the game very well. As deranged peasants kick each other to death in the mud. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're going for here. And this is the imagery you want to have with your models. So very medieval inspired with Napoleonic sort of musketry and combination of, and yeah, root infestation. The game has alternative activations, which is, I do enjoy that, that's great. And it has an order system. You have to give orders to your units. Now, it reminds me of Dragon Rampant, as in your orders can go wrong. But unlike Dragon Rampant, if you fail to do an order, your turn doesn't end, but rather the order is carried out to a lesser extent. So, for example, if it's a march, when you order it, it's movement plus 2d6. If it's a blunder, which if you failed, it's move plus d6 instead. So it's not too deliberating, but it is less than what you would have had if you would have passed. That's nice. Another interesting element is when you do shoot in this system, the target unit, if they've got range attacks, can shoot back at you. So that's one thing I do like that. Now, because it's meant to be a technological stagnation, everything's gone wrong, there are rules for musketry. They get what's called I can find it now, bear with me, sorry, I can't find it now, I do apologise. They get I think it's called a black powder token. If you've got one of them at the end of your turn, you can't fire again. So musketry weapons can only fire once a turn, basically, which represents the fact that, you know, it's quite long to reload. So as that happens, every time a unit takes damage, they get a panic token. Panic means you're more likely to run away, and these accrue on the unit as the game progresses. When you're charged and for melee attacks, you have to take a panic test, which is roll d6, add your panic tokens. If it equals 7 or more, you flee, which represents the fact that you're just taking more and more damage. Your troops don't want to be there. They're desperate to get away. So I do like this mechanic of building, sort of degrading their morality as the game goes on. What's interesting is in combat, it's done like shooting as you get to shoot back, but in this one, it's the attacker attacks first, then any wounds done, then the attacker gets to attack back. So the defender attacks back what's left, whereas shooting is done simultaneously, which is pretty good. So on your There is one mission in the core rules. I imagine there's more missions coming in the probably full rules or online somewhere, but this is just the core rules here. So we get one scenario to play. Unit profiles. So as I said, you get your Toff, who's like your main leader, and you get 2 toadies. And as you can see as well, the command ranges are different. So your toadies only have a 3-inch, so you want to keep them close by, and Toffs have one of 6 inches. Then your followers. There's various types of followers. You get followers on foot, which are these ones here, and you get mounted followers, and then there's artillery pieces. So you get fodder, chaff, and boots. This just goes off of what type of equipment you can give them. So there's close combat weapons, missile weapons, and black powder weapons, and there's various rules for them, and they cover all the types of followers you can take. So fodder, basically, the name suggests what they are. They're fodder. Chaff, they're more, they get sharpshooters, vanguards. They're more sort of like scouts, if you will. Brutes, they'll be your big heavy guys in heavy armor. And for cavalry, you get whelps and bastards. I do love this picture here. I'm just going to bring this up so you can have a look. So yeah, it's a very interesting setting, shall we say. I mean, even the root station's gone to wildlife now. But then again, that's all there is to eat. I imagine that's what's going to happen in this weird setting, this bizarre route. The stump gun, this is the R2 piece, so it's like a cannon. It can fire round shot or grape shot. So I believe that's the units. Yeah, and then rules for basing, which is quite nice. They've covered that. It's not too restrictive. It's pretty much just be cohesive with what you stick to. And then you get the cults, of which there are several. There's the Slug's Lament, Todd's Folly, Temple of Swellings, the Lopers of Maudlin Marsh, Brotherhood of Greed, Procession of Woe, the Uprising of Louise, and then there's the Knights of Shelwood. So they've got like a slug type thing for theirs. Yeah, they get the, I think the Slug Knights. One model, Snail Knight rather. So each of the different cults, I do believe, has a different unit type that they add to your followers. Apart from the Brotherhood of Greed, but they do get mutations. So yeah, look, the artwork is fantastic in this. I mean, this is a free set of rules, and the quality is great. I mean, I've spotted a few mistakes in the wording, but nothing too bad for a free set of rules. That is a really nice picture. That I think sums up quite well as well the image that the game's going for. And then we have quick reference table. Yeah, the quick reference sheet here, and the reference here. This has basically rules for melee, retreating, and the unit profiles. And then there's just a page at the back, which is the thank you for all the people who've put it together. So that is Turnip28. It's a free set of rules. I'll put a link in the description below where you can find these. It is, like I say, something that I have ordered some miniatures from Perry Miniatures. I think 100 Year War and some Napoleonics. I want to sort of kit bash together and get some things going. I'm not sure how I'm going to do the roots. I'm tempted to actually go get some proper roots. I might get some scotch grass, because I've got lots of that in my garden, and just dry them out and then sort of attach them certain ways onto the models and then give them a very muddy paint scheme. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please leave a comment below, and I'll catch you later.